Hey, what's up, guys? We're doing an educational commentary. Gonna be landing here in Risky Reels. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Lazy Links is not a very good landing spot. There is not enough loot for the amount of people that land there. I think people eventually will realize that and they'll stop landing there. As like, there's a lot of people landing in Lazy. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But usually, like, Lazy Links is designed for like 5 people to land there, but like usually a lot more land there. So you get there and then you don't get any guns and you're screwed. And even if you do get guns, it's still tough. We're gonna go to Risky Reels, and usually I hit that house, but it seems like I have a pretty short landing. But sometimes I like to follow through and see what people are doing, because this, you see, I just followed through and this guy actually doesn't even have a gun. So I'm gonna get a gun from here and I'm gonna break through this wall. He still doesn't have a gun, so just get on the roof. He jumped off the side. So sometimes I'll trail people like that when they land. Oh God. Should probably drink this. This guy's probably gonna try to make a move on me. I didn't even realize I landed inside. Sometimes sometimes even if you're landing late, you can make decisions like last second and make a quick switch if you need to. Like if I saw that guy had a gun, I could have easily went to another, like glided to a different different building. There's a guy over here using third person peek to look. So I heard a guy outside. I'll go ahead and actually get on the roof, get myself a high ground, because somebody did shoot something at me. I'm trying to find out where that person is. Fortunately, I took some fall damage there, but that's okay. ARs are just not as accurate as I would like them to be. I definitely think AR shots should be doing should be more accurate than what they are right now. I feel like SMGs are just so powerful in their current state. But not just so powerful, they're also a lot more accurate. I feel like more reliable to use. So that was the guy who was using the clingers. But you definitely want to be on high alert, because a lot of times people will land outside of Risky, like these houses, loot up, and then push Risky Reels. So you want to be careful with that. Now, I will say, when it comes to like pumps and tacks, I'm not really a huge fan of the pump anymore. And the reason being is that the pump can't one-shot people. Obviously, it's been nerfed in that way, but it also is slow. And the reason they made it not one-shot people and slow is because you could double pump. But now you can't double pump. So the reasons why the pump was nerfed are no longer relevant. So it's like, I can definitely see Epic will most likely be, most likely they will be buffing the pump shotgun, because there's no reason to keep the nerfs that they added on the pump. Right now, for me, tactical is my go-to, unless I get a heavy, but heavies are a little less common to get. All right, so we're gonna finish looting up, and we gotta remember the bus flew over Lazy Links, and I think it was heading in this direction. So there will be a lot of people around Lazy and around these houses nearby. So we shouldn't have to go too far to find people to kill when it comes to rotating around.
Wow.
Got a trap, got some bouncers. Those are always useful. I'm hoping I can get some more minis from, there's 2 chests right here, so I should be able to get one, hopefully. Okay, this will do. And actually, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna drop this blue AR. I'm gonna use a silenced SMG, and I'm gonna use a scoped AR for longer range. Because the silence, anything that's out of range. Oh, I should probably put the silent alerts on. My bad. Anything that's too far range for a AR, or too close, no, too far for a silenced SMG, the scope they are will be able to handle it. Anything that's close enough, the Silence SMG will be able to handle it. And I just personally, I like the consistency of the Silence SMG over the AR. Not only is it quiet, people kind of overlook the aspects of it being quiet, but not only is it quiet, but the recoil on it is very, very low, and it has a really good fire rate. So rarely will the AR outperform the Silence SMG. And I think that's a problem. I really think ARs should be your bread and butter, like medium to long range guns. And right now, it seems like they're really not. Like the sweet spot for the AR is bordering on like sniper territory and scoped AR territory. Because once they get close enough, the SMGs are just more efficient because they rip through buildings quicker, less recoil. They're just too good right now, too good. So I know there's usually rifts there, so I'm gonna take that rift and come over here and try to get into the circle. It's important to know the positions of rift on the map. And all you have to do is Google rift spots Fortnite and you'll find it. I'm actually gonna take the rocket launcher over the scope there. Explodes are extremely powerful in this meta. Extremely powerful. All right, so we know that a lot of people landed on the north side of the map. So sometimes, okay, if the circle's finishing right here, I guarantee you that if we hang around this area, we'll find a lot of people coming in from the north, unless they already have passed through. So hanging on the edge of the circles, maybe not so much in the first circle, but like on the second or third circle, hang around the edge. It's a really, really easy way to pick people off who are coming from the storm. And it's also a good way to get yourself in fights. So we know people most likely landed north Lazy, north of Risky, and the houses surrounding this area. So if we just like patrol this place for a little bit, we should be able to find people, hopefully. I mean, obviously it's not always guaranteed because there's only 21 people left and the first circle has not even closed yet, which is crazy. But that's kind of the state of the game right now. And the reason why a lot of people are dying, my theory behind it is that since Epic added a few new places like Paradise Palms, and Paradise Palms seems to be like a more popular spot than Moisty, and they also added Lazy Links. With Lazy Links is a little more popular than Anarchy was. So with these new places that are a little more popular, more people are spreading out across the map. But you might ask yourself, well, you know, the edges of the map shouldn't be as populated because of the fact that, you know, the circle sometimes will screw you and move in pretty quickly and you'll have to run through the storm. But rifts allow you to go from place to place very quickly. So you can land in a place like Risky, like I did. And even though the circle was really far south of Risky, I just took a rift and came all the way over here. So that means more places are actually viable to land, which means people are more spread out. I'm actually gonna go ahead and knock that down. I think they noticed and they're already coming down. These guys both look like serious builders. That guy's knocking it down and they're both gonna start shooting each other right now. At this range, the SMG is definitely not gonna be working that well for me, but that's okay. Still gonna take my shots. I'm surprised the other guy's not pushing up on top of him, because that guy's weak. I hit him with I took off his shields. I'm actually gonna shoot a rocket. Try to open that up on him. I think he's gonna be building towards me, and the other guy's actually just leaving. Kind of. There we go. The other guy's leaving. I don't know why the other guy's leaving. It kind of tells me that the other guy doesn't really know what he's doing, because he had a free kill here and he just let this guy go. Minis. There's one mini. Not worth picking up. Just one mini. So I'm gonna take this rift here. Get high ground. See where that other guy is going and try to hunt him down. I thought I saw him going this direction, but yeah, there he is. Campfire. All right, I should be able to swoop down on this guy. So a lot of times, you want to read your opponent. A lot of times you want to read your opponent to understand, am I going against you know, an elite player? Like what should your strategy be, right? Oh, we're being raided by C's. Yo, C's, I'm in the middle of a commentary. I got you guys. Yo, thank you so much. I'm doing an educational commentary right now. Welcome everybody coming in. Mods, do your thing. And people who are watching right now, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, if this makes it to YouTube, CDN the Third on Twitch and YouTube. Give him a follow. The dude's a beast. Thank you, man. What I was saying was, when you see an opponent, you need to be able to identify if you're going against a good player, average player, below average player. Obviously, it's not always guaranteed. You should treat every person as a big threat. However, there are certain things that people do that can tell you if they're good or if they're bad. Okay? Obviously, if somebody starts building, they know how to build. There's a lot of players who don't even build, so you can already check that off the list. That's like the basic requirement of people building. But the reason why I knew that guy that I just killed was bad was he was in a build fight with another player who seemed to know what he was doing. He got that other player really weak, and he put zero pressure on that player. He did not even attempt to pursue the guy who was like healing up and weak. He ran away without a care in the world, and just we were able to come in and kill him. So that made me realize that this was going to be an easy kill. Other aspects of identifying if a player is good, if they're double ramping, if a player at any point uses a pyramid, at any point, like they box themselves in and they throw a pyramid up, or if you know you're build fighting them and they throw a pyramid on top of you to block you from moving, at that point you should know like this is a serious fight, because most players do not even use pyramid at all. So I should make a video just like 10 identifying factors of a good player and 10 identifying factors of a bad player, things like that. So this guy just fell. I don't think he took any fall damage. I think he's underneath here, yeah. This guy's just letting me have it. One thing I did right there was I kind of baited him a little bit. One sec, I gotta finish this guy off first. All right, I kept the high ground the entire time, but I didn't worship the high ground, as in I didn't build 15 stories on top of them. That way I could still shoot and kill them. One thing I did with that previous guy that we just fought, that kind of gave me a good shot at him, is I ramped up over him, but then I backed down my ramps, and he thought he was going to build from underneath me and get a clean shot, but he didn't get the opportunity to do that. So I'll try to show you what I mean by that. I just need to get... I'm dropping this because I already have a... So he was over here, right? And he tried to ramp towards me, and I was on top of him like this. And I had my ramps set up like that. I put 2 ramps up, and then I went down right here, and I shot him as he was building up. So a lot of times you want to identify what your opponent wants to do. Like, put yourself in their spot and think, if I was in that position, where would I want to go? Where would I want to push? Try to read your opponent. I knew he wanted to come back up, so I made him think that there was an opening, when in reality I wanted him to go through that opening so I can shoot him in the face. So sometimes putting your opponent in a corner is not the smartest thing to do, okay? Because when you give them 0 options, you don't know what they're gonna do. You don't, like, you're giving them 0 options, right? Of course they have to figure out a way to overcome what you, like, the situation they're in, but you're giving them 0 options. You're not gonna understand what their next step is to counter you. But if you give them 1 option or 2 options, you can read them a lot easier. You can understand, okay, there's an opening over here. He's most likely gonna push through this area. Even though you're giving yourself that spot. Man, this SMG rips, man. You gotta be prepared for that rocket launcher. I'm actually gonna drop the rocket here. Keep the SMG. And keep the C4. Alright, I'm moving in on these guys. That guy's falling down. He just took a lot of fall damage. This guy's gonna be pushing him. Absolutely destroyed. She already took a lot of fall damage, by the way. So she should be weak enough to, like, die from this right here. She didn't die from it. That's okay. I'll get one more of these. Just keep the high ground here. But you don't want to keep it, like, the entire way through. Because what's going to happen is that... There we go. She seemed a little confused. So, whenever I'm fighting for high ground, I'm never gonna, like, take it and keep it. Like, I take high ground so that I have just a better angle at killing my opponent. Some people, they take high ground and they sit on high ground and they just build up, and they just keep going up. And I'm like, okay, you can do that, but you're not really giving yourself the opportunity to go down and finish off what you started. So when I take high ground, it's always like 1 or 2 stories up on top of them, and then it's just me figuring out a way to come down on them and shoot them. 1 guy left. Usually when there's 1 guy left and the circle's this big, and usually it is this big because of how things are nowadays, people are dying a lot earlier. Sitting in a 1x1. Oh, wow. Hi. Sitting in a 1x1 is not a bad idea. One thing I do want to note is that if you're in a 1x1 like this, 1 C4 will take you out completely. 1 C4. So I recommend that if you're going to build up high like this, you want, like, I can even go higher than this, but you want a bounce pad ready and available so that if somebody throws 1 C4 underneath you and this thing comes crumbling down, you can just bounce pad out of there. I see where the guy is, by the way. He's right there in that house. He has a sniper out and he's ready. We could crouch peek him where oh, what? I just literally stuttered up and got into shotgun range. I mean, sniper range. All right, I gotta be careful. So when you crouch peek somebody, you aim, right? Then you crouch, shoot, and then uncrouch. I was a little too low right there. So you gotta get the angle. You're safe. A little higher, a little higher. A little higher. I'm doing this a little wrong. The shark fin hat kind of makes things look a little more dangerous than they are. Like, he can't actually kill you if he shoots the shark fin, by the way. It's just the helmet looks a lot more dangerous. So you aim, you do that. Of course, I'm missing because I'm a scrub, but that's the gist of it. I actually rarely ever do this. I don't usually crouch peek. I usually just push. So I don't know what that guy's doing. He's actually not in the circle right now. Yeah, so I thought I was higher than what I was because the fin is sticking out, but you can't get killed if they shoot the fin. That's not part of the hitbox. So I don't know. I don't know what this guy's doing. It's so weird. I don't want to get the llama, guys. Just waiting on this guy so I can finish this commentary. Okay, why did my crosshair just like flick down? Don't die to storm. There we go. I gotta work on that. I gotta work on that crouch peeking stuff. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. I don't really like doing it, so. Thank you guys so much for watching this educational commentary. If you guys are watching this on Twitch, follow the stream and turn on the notifications. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel.